Hopefully everybody's doing well. You change my my settings real quick. There we go. What's up, Cow? First one in here today. Or, I mean, it's only been 40 seconds, but you know. It'd be like that sometimes. This is Sunday stream. Sunday stream, we don't work out. We just kind of chill at my house. So, how's everybody doing? How you doing, Cal? How's your day going? We might get one of the chickens out here soon. Might want to get the chick. Usually Sunday streams, we get the chickens out. We might bring out assorted pets. I have a lot of pets and a lot of animals. So I'm getting some new baby chickens, some baby chicks here soon. That'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time. But we usually only stream for about a half an hour. We usually only stream for about a half an hour on Sundays. So let me change some settings. There we go. All right. Yeah, nothing fancy going on today. I'm gonna get my tortoise out once I finish this cup of coffee. Actually, that's the first. Crowley is my tortoise. He'll be coming out as soon as we're done with this cup of coffee. As soon as we're done with this cup of coffee, we'll get Crowley out. But usually these streams go pretty well, but there's a lot of mosquitoes is usually the problem. So, but it's an odd time for me to stream, so we're probably not gonna have a ton of people in here tonight. I don't usually stream at this time of night. If y'all have any questions, today's the day. It's always a Sunday. Sunday is the best day to ask questions about like my programming and all that stuff. I have the most time to answer those kind of questions, you know. What's up, Chase? How you been? Today's a lazy day stream. I'm going to be breaking the chickens out here in a second. You guys want to see chickens and tortoises and stuff today? Be a fun time. Be a fun time. Let me finish this cup of coffee. We got like a three more sips probably left in this cup. You like my cup? Isn't it awesome? It's got like a texture to the actual cup itself. What's up, Michael? But once I finish this cup of coffee, which I said is about 3 more sips, I'm gonna go get a tortoise, and we're gonna hang out with Crowley today, and then I may catch a chicken. The chickens tend to be hit or miss though. One of the chickens that's pretty easy to catch, she's injured still. Well, she's healed, but she's still recovering. So nice. Her neck is healed up really well though. For those of you that weren't here the last Sunday stream of the last couple weeks, we had a chicken that was attacked right before I went on vacation. What's up, twins? It's going good. Going good. I don't actually take the day off. I still work. I still work out. All right. I'm going to get nice, Chase. I'm gonna go get the tortoise. I'm gonna go get the tortoise first. We always grab the animals. I'll be right back. Hey, Crowley. Crowley. Yeah. Don't see you in your house. Hey, Crowley, where you hiding? Here, Crowley. Here, Crowley. I'm down. All right, so I think you guys have seen the tortoise. But you guys have never seen him up close. Look at him. That's good old Crowley there. They don't like not feeling like they have a stable base. So you gotta kind of see how his legs have calmed down now that he can feel my hands underneath him. They like to feel like they're secure. He's a super nice tortoise though. So, something people don't realize about tortoises actually, right? Is that they can feel, they have a lot of like little, God, what is the word I'm looking for here? What is the word I'm looking for here? Nerves. They have a bunch of nerve endings in their shell. So they can feel when you touch their shell. Just like they can when you touch their feet or their head or anything else. He generally, for the most part, doesn't mind being touched though. He's like maybe 2 years old. Like, he's very young. He'll probably outlive me and my wife. He will get passed down to our children. So they eat a lot of stuff. They can eat a lot of stuff, but he likes green peppers, red peppers. He eats a lot of dandelion greens, a lot of like romaine lettuce, a lot of greens. He'll do carrots every now and again and stuff like that, but he really, really likes his lettuces. Cabbage is a big one, and cactus. I might, do I have a piece of cactus anymore? I don't think I have any cactus with me right now. Already getting the mosquitoes on us. He won't get much bigger than this. Depends on the tortoise, but yes, about 80 years would be expected. That'd be a reasonable time frame for most tortoises, if I'm not mistaken. For him, 80 to 90 years probably. So he'll still be here after everybody that's watching this stream is probably not here. For the most part. Some of y'all might be younger, but is it possible to feed him something? You know, I might be able to obtain some kind of food for him. I have food for him, but I don't want to refeed him the stuff he's already eaten today. Let me I could grab some dandelion greens maybe. That wouldn't be too bad. We'll do it in a minute. We'll think about it. He usually eats, he doesn't like eating in palms. Like, he's not a big fan of eating while up in your palm. Oh yeah, he'll be part of the family for a long time. So, we named him Crowley. If you guys have ever seen Supernatural, that's what he's named after. What's up, Coco? We're hanging out with the tortoise, or hanging out with Crowley. He's trying to climb up my arm. I don't think he doesn't realize he's not a lizard. He can't latch onto things. You'll fall and get hurt, Crowley. You can't do that. But he's a cool tort, though. He's a cool tort. He likes being held. He loses his mind when we come out here to feed the chickens. All he wants to do is be held. So he likes being held. He's big on being handled. He doesn't mind it whatsoever. So he'll let me rub his chin. Now, this is in stark contrast to my bearded dragon, right? Because my bearded dragon is the complete opposite, right? My bearded dragon hates being handled. So, she will attempt to take a finger from you. So, yeah, he's a Russian tortoise. Russian tortoise is his breed. His name is Crowley. He's a very happy tort. He eats really well. He gets organic feed. So he gets organic lettuces, organic greens, organic cactus. He loves his cactus pad. Cactus pad's a big one. Organic peppers. He eats very well. He is a spoiled tort. Yeah, they live a long time. But you see how when I'm not holding his feet, he moves his feet looking for that stable base, and then if I put my hands under his feet, all right, he'll stop. They don't understand being held, but they like being held. So he doesn't like the idea of not having somewhere to put his paws. See how he's trying to find a spot for his paws to sit? So, yeah. He's just trying to find a place to push his feet onto. But if I put him here, they'll try and walk off. So that's you know, you can't go nowhere right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and put him away. Right? It's time for him to actually be asleep. So they sleep whenever it's like less hot out, right? Come on, Crowley. I'm gonna put you down in a second, I promise. But they also they can hibernate during the winter. We don't let him brumate actually, but it's like hibernation, right? They bury themselves. Some people even dig a hole to bury their tortoise over the winter, and they'll brumate, so they'll sleep all winter. And then they will come back out for the summer. We don't brumate him because there's that chance with brumation that they don't wake up. They can stay in a deep brumation and possibly pass away. So we don't brumate him. But they're pretty sedentary, solitary animals. We have thought about it, though. So, all right, I'm going to go fetch one of the chickens and put him back in his pen. I'll be right back. All right, guys, it took a little effort because he's a big boy, but I found him. All right. This is the rooster that we have. Say hello. He takes a little bit more effort to get. He's a bigger boy, so he is a good rooster though. He's very calm. So, what's up, rich guy? You got the little flappity flaps down here. He's got his comb. He doesn't like being touched on his head, but yeah, he's all right. But he is a big boy. This is his full size. This is as big as he'll get. See how thick his neck is? It's mostly feathers. So, what's up, Ben? But he's kind of upset because he's usually in there sleeping right now. So this is the one that fought the other rooster, yes. This is the one that won the fight of the two roosters. As you can tell, he's quite large, so it makes sense that he would win the fight. But he's the protector of the pen, so he keeps the hens nice and safe during the day and night. So, and he's got, so a lot of people don't realize how big these little spurs on the rooster feet get. Look at that. You guys see that little bone sticking out here? So that's my thumb next to that, right? Well, let me see if I can get a good angle of it. Look how big that is, right? That's the tip of my thumb there. Those are how they defend themselves, are these little spurs, right? So they'll flap their legs at you and try and drive these into you, kind of like rhino horn type material. So, and those are their defensive mechanism. So they'll flap their feet at you real hard, and that's how they'll defend the coop and themselves, is with those spurs. So, now, the other thing to realize is that those spurs are not only good for defending themselves, they're also good for asserting dominance. And if you don't handle your roosters and your chickens enough early on, they will try and do that to you, essentially. What are you looking at? So they'll try and do that to you. So you have to handle them very often early in their life. Otherwise, they will become very aggressive to you. But you can see that this one, I've raised him since he was a small chick. He was born here. So he was born right in our coop. So he is very, very used to being handled by me. So he is used to being handled. But he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's less than a year old. This is less than a year old. He might be a year old now. I don't know. Maybe a year old now. No, he doesn't lay eggs. He doesn't lay eggs. He is the defender of the coop. Oh, he every morning he makes noise. Actually, like animals. I have egg laying hens as well. He'll eat corn. This is my rooster, Kenneth. This is my rooster. I have about 10 chickens total, one rooster currently. One rooster currently, but I have 10 chickens total. I have French Crescivars. They're an endangered chicken breed, but when I purchased mine and started with chickens originally, there was only 500 French Crescivars in the U.S. So. That's what he's for, is these big old spurs. That's what keeps the coyotes and stuff away, right? Roosters are pretty tough. They are definitely better. I know everybody says that, but fresh eggs are way better than store-bought eggs. Way better. But they'll eat just about anything. They'll eat just about anything. So I can throw they'll eat their own eggs. If you scramble or just crack their eggs into their coop, if for some reason you're not going to eat them, you can crack an egg into their coop and they'll eat the egg. Best to scramble them if you're going to feed their own eggs back to them, because you don't want them associating regular eggs that they're laying with the ones that you're feeding back to them. I don't typically do that, but they get an organic chicken feed, and then they get scraps from the table. He is not aggressive. I have definitely been hit by spurs from one of my other roosters that I had prior before he was rehomed, because he was a little too aggressive and the wife wasn't a fan. So he had to be rehomed to another farm that was going to let him breed, which needed to happen with the French Crescivars anyways. But one got me in the back of the leg. I couldn't walk straight for like 2 days. Right in the back of my heel. Really? That's what we're doing right now? You gonna hit me with your wing and just act like you ain't did it? Try it again. You see how his wings are now up over me? He decided to slap me in the face with his wing. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He was just thinking he could get away for a second. He wants to go fly off. But there's his wingspan while I have it out. Check it out. Those are what his wings look like. Some people, we have a roofed pen, so we don't have to clip. But some people will clip these feather ends to keep them from flying away. So, to keep them from flying away. So, but it's just these ends here. So when they're clipped, they're just clipping these like tip bits, right? These ones with the rounded ends. in order to stop them from getting up in the air, because they can get up into trees. They can get up into trees. So we don't eat our chickens. We don't eat our chickens. They are specifically for laying. They're specifically for laying. There's a richer taste to the eggs. There's a richer taste to the eggs. So they will fly into a tree typically. Fly into a tree, but the eggs are a much richer flavor because their diets are better. You know what? I've spelt it so many times and I couldn't tell you. I always have to end up like fixing it. It's a black chicken. You'll know it immediately. But if you type French Crescent chicken in, it should find it for you. But that's very close. You're very close, Coco. That is almost the right. There's an E in it somewhere, like another E at the end. So. All right. He's going to go back up, though. I think he's gotten enough screen time. So, all right, you ready to go back in your pen? You can go see the mamas. All right, I'm going to go put him back with the mamas. Come on, boy. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna see about getting the lizard. Give me 1 second. I think my children locked me out of the house. Hold on. I'm gonna take her outside real quick. All right, so this is the one that hates being handled, so we're not gonna keep her out long, but this is tough. This is my bearded dragon. So she absolutely despises being handled. So I'm not gonna keep her out long because I don't want to piss her off. You already see how her neck's getting darker than the rest of her. That is because she is currently pissed off. She is currently very pissed off. But she's actually, this is way better than she's been. This is probably the easiest she's been handle-wise in a while, but you see how she's puffing out her chin there? She is not a happy camper. She is not a happy camper. And they do have teeth. They will break. They will break skin. So, if they bite you. Come on. See what I'm talking about? Come on. Toph, calm down. You can't go running outside. See how... I'm going to go put her back because she's not having a good time. I don't want to stress her out too much. Yeah, she got a little bit of an underbite. But I don't want to stress her out too much. Well, Paige, I'm outside. This is an okay way to handle her. She is very much... this is very much a way to... You can hold bearded dragons like this. She's perfectly fine, I promise. But she's not being gripped very tightly. Yeah, if I let her go, she's taking off into the grass, and she is not. So here's the problem with bearded dragons. Bearded dragons have been so bred in captivity at this point that they can't really survive on their own for most part. For most of them. So if she was to get out of the house into the wild, she probably wouldn't make it but a few days. And then when the winter hits, she wouldn't make it at all. But she's very upset, so I'm going to go put her back. Cough, calm it down. got one more for you. I've got more animals, guys, but this is the last one I'm bringing out. This is Layla. Yeah, this is Layla. My German Australian Shepherd mix. You guys have met her a few times. Say hello, Layla. She is larger than she needs to be up on my lap right now, but she's not upset she's up here, but she's not happy she's up on my lap. Does that make sense? Here, let's adjust you. So. She is a German-Australian mix. She is a confirmed German-Australian mix. The Australian Shepherds are smaller, and they have floppy ears. That's the key differences here. So their ears flop down in the German or the Australians, and they're slightly smaller breed. So. But she's a good pup, but she doesn't want to be up on my lap much longer, so I'm going to go ahead and let her back in the house. I'll be right back. Monday. Colton, watch out. Ooh. And I'm back. We have more pets. But those are the ones that I'm going to take out for the moment. We have three cats, and then we've got another dog as well that you guys didn't see. Cow, don't do that. Chill it out. Yeah, we're actually only doing a 30-minute. I've been bitten by a tiger, and I've gotten to play with a tiger. I don't own a tiger though. I used to have a Chihuahua a long time ago. But it is getting dark, so the stream is ending soon, guys. I'm about to go get cleaned up after all the dang moss. After all the chickens and the sorteds. So, how's it going, Kiwi? 3 cats, 2 dogs, a lizard, and chickens, and a tortoise. Yeah, that's the crew. No story time today. Today was pets. I don't know when we're going to do another painting one. We'll talk about that in the near future. But I only had about a half hour. It's dark, or I would do a backyard tour. I have a large backyard, but it's mostly just grass and trees, guys. There's not a lot going on back here. For Tortoise was the first one, Yoda. You go back to like 10 minutes in, Tortoise should be on. But I didn't have a lot of time today. I've got to head out. You guys know we do short ones on Sundays, so I can spend time with the family. The babies are waiting on me. We'll talk about the tiger story at the next stream, Coco. Just remind me. It's not a long story, but it's longer than I have time for tonight. I had steak and croissants for dinner. But all right, you guys have a good one. Appreciate y'all being here.